The rookie's voice cracked just slightly, but the challenge was unmistakable. The entire practice facility froze. Shoes stopped squeaking, balls stopped bouncing, and every player on the Lakers roster turned to look at the young man who had just done the unthinkable. He had challenged Kobe Bryant. Not in private, not in a quiet moment, but loudly, publicly, in the middle of a drill, with the whole team watching. What happened next would become one of the most repeated stories inside the Lakers organization, not because Kobe humiliated the rookie, but because the lesson he delivered that morning changed the culture of the team forever. It was training camp, 2007. Kobe walked into that season carrying a storm inside him. The team had been underperforming, the media was circling like vultures, and he felt the weight of dragging a roster that wasn't ready for his level of obsession. That was the year he said openly that he wanted players who were as serious as he was, players willing to bleed for improvement. Kobe didn't want excuses. He didn't want casual talent. He wanted commitment. He wanted killers. And then, exactly on the second day of camp, a rookie walked in who looked like the opposite of everything Kobe thought he needed. His name was Marcus Lee, a 20-year-old first-round pick with ridiculous athleticism and the confidence of someone who had been told he was destined for greatness since he was 12. Marcus was explosive, energetic, and completely unaware that he had just stepped into the lion's den. From the moment practice started, he had been staring at Kobe with a mix of admiration and challenge. He cut hard, talked loudly, celebrated small plays, and moved with the swagger of someone who thought the NBA would fall at his feet. At first, the veterans joked about it, whispering, "Kid doesn't know what he's doing." But by the second drill, they weren't laughing anymore. Marcus wasn't just energetic. He was aiming at Kobe. On that particular morning, Phil Jackson set up a simple one-on-one defensive rotation. Kobe guarded players one by one, stopping each without much effort. Then it was Marcus's turn. He dribbled up with his chest high, stared Kobe down, and said loudly enough for the whole gym to hear, "You're not stopping me." A couple of veterans widened their eyes. One of the assistant coaches nearly choked on his whistle. And Kobe didn't blink. He just lowered his stance, eyes sharp as glass, studying the rookie like he was a puzzle he planned to take apart piece by piece. Phil blew the whistle. Marcus exploded to his left, and Kobe stuck to him like a shadow. Marcus tried to spin. Kobe cut it off. Marcus changed pace. Kobe mirrored perfectly. Then Marcus forced a step-back jumper that hit nothing but the side of the backboard. The gym erupted in laughter, but Kobe didn't smile. He kept staring at Marcus with an expression the rookie couldn't read. Phil reset the drill. Again. This time, Marcus attacked harder, his pride now at stake. He barreled into Kobe's chest, trying to push him backward, but Kobe didn't move. Instead, he stripped the ball clean, slammed it off the floor, and walked away without a word. Marcus swallowed hard, but his bravado wasn't gone. It was cracked, but not broken. The next rotation came, and the challenge slipped out of his mouth before he could stop it. "I can score on you," Marcus said. And then, louder, "You're not as fast as you used to be." Silence. A dead, heavy silence fell across the court. Every veteran turned their eyes away, as if witnessing something dangerous. Andrew Bynum muttered, "Oh man." Lamar Odom shook his head slowly. Derek Fisher closed his eyes like a father watching a kid run directly into fire. Because everyone in that gym knew one thing. Kobe didn't care if you hurt his feelings. Kobe cared if you challenged his work ethic. His pride wasn't in fame or attention. It was in mastery. And the rookie had just questioned that. Kobe walked toward Marcus slowly, like a predator approaching prey with curiosity rather than anger. He stopped just inches from Marcus's face, lowered his voice, and said, "You really think that?" Marcus swallowed but forced a nod. "Yeah, I'm not scared of you." Kobe tilted his head slightly, as if examining an insect that had somehow developed confidence. Then he smiled, just one corner of his mouth, and stepped back. "Check ball," Kobe said. The next 5 possessions were not basketball. They were a surgical demonstration. Kobe didn't just beat Marcus, he dismantled him. Footwork so sharp it looked unfair. Fakes that sent Marcus leaning the wrong direction every time. Jumpers released so fast Marcus couldn't even contest. Kobe scored 5 straight times without breaking eye contact. Then Phil called the next drill. Practice resumed. But Kobe wasn't done. Throughout the scrimmage that followed, Kobe shadowed Marcus on every play. When Marcus handled the ball, Kobe pressed him full court. When Marcus cut, Kobe bumped him with the kind of force that made the rookie gasp. When Marcus shot, Kobe contested every inch. Not angrily, not emotionally, scientifically. The entire gym watched as Kobe showed Marcus the difference between being talented and being obsessed. Then came the moment that nobody expected. During a water break, Marcus sat on the baseline, breathing hard, head down, ego shattered. Kobe walked over and stood in front of him. The rookie braced himself for humiliation. But instead, Kobe crouched down, looked him straight in the eyes, and said quietly, "I like that you challenged me." Marcus blinked, confused. Kobe continued, "Most guys in this league are scared before the game even starts. You weren't. That tells me you're not weak. You're just unfocused." Marcus's throat tightened. Kobe placed a hand on his shoulder. "But if you're going to challenge me, you better be ready to work like me. Otherwise, you're wasting both our time." Marcus exhaled shakily, unsure how to respond. Kobe leaned closer. "Be here tomorrow at 4 a.m., he said. "If you miss it, I'm done with you." Then he stood up and walked away, leaving the rookie stunned, trembling, unsure if this was a punishment or an invitation. It was both. Marcus barely slept that night. Kobe's words replayed in his mind like a broken record. Be here tomorrow at 4 a.m. Not 6, not 5, 4 in the morning. Marcus had heard stories about Kobe's legendary workouts, the blackout sessions, the hours spent in the gym before sunrise. He always assumed those stories were exaggerated. They weren't. As he drove through the dark Los Angeles streets at 3:32 a.m., Marcus kept checking the clock, terrified of being late. When he arrived at the training facility at 3:47, the parking lot was empty except for one black Range Rover. Marcus's heart jumped. He hurried inside, expecting to arrive before Kobe. He didn't. Kobe was already on the court, drenched in sweat, firing jumpers with the focus of a man playing in the finals. He didn't even look up as Marcus approached. The rhythmic bounce of the ball echoed across the gym, each dribble sounding like a warning. Finally, after another perfect jumper, Kobe spoke without turning around. "You're late." Marcus's stomach dropped. I got here at 3:47. That's late." Kobe grabbed the rebound himself, spun, shot again. Swish. "If you're not early, you're late." Marcus nodded quickly, fighting the urge to apologize again. Kobe finally turned to him. "Eyes sharp, but not angry. Since you think you can challenge me, you'll train with me. But understand this, my standard isn't negotiable." For the next 3 hours, Kobe put Marcus through a workout that pushed the rookie past every physical and mental limit he had ever known. Every drill was precise, timed, counted, repeated. Kobe didn't allow sloppy footwork, bad posture, wandering eyes, or even slightly imperfect form. When Marcus missed a layup, Kobe didn't yell. He simply said, "Again." When Marcus bent over with exhaustion, Kobe said, "Stand upright." Fatigue is a mindset. When Marcus's legs shook and he thought he would collapse, Kobe tossed him another ball and said, "We're just getting started." By 7:15 a.m., Marcus collapsed onto the sideline, gasping for breath. Kobe stood over him, barely sweating, as if he'd been out for a morning jog rather than a marathon of intensity. Marcus finally managed to speak. How do you do this every day?" Kobe took a long sip of water, then crouched down. "You think greatness is a gift?" he said quietly. "No. Greatness is a choice you make every single day, long before the lights come on. You want to challenge me? Then challenge yourself first." Marcus nodded, too tired to respond. Around 7:30, the rest of the team began arriving for regular practice. They froze when they saw Marcus and Kobe together. Lamar Odom raised an eyebrow and whispered, "Kid survived?" Derek Fisher smirked. "Barely." Kobe walked past them without comment, as if nothing unusual had happened. Practice that day was different. Marcus wasn't loud anymore. He wasn't showboating, celebrating, or posing. He was locked in, hyper-focused, copying Kobe's movements, absorbing every detail. And Kobe noticed. After a defensive drill, Kobe walked past Marcus and said quietly, "Good. Now don't let it be a one-day thing." It wasn't. For the next 2 weeks, Marcus showed up every day at 3:50 a.m. Kobe was always there first. And every day, the workouts intensified. Dribble sequences that lasted 20 minutes without a break. Footwork drills that burned Marcus's calves until he could barely stand. Shooting reps so repetitive his arms ached for hours afterward. Kobe didn't praise him often, but when he did, it meant something. One morning, after Marcus completed a brutal sequence without a single mistake, Kobe nodded once and said, "You're learning." Marcus carried that single sentence like a trophy. But not everything was progress. Around the third week, during a scrimmage, Marcus made the mistake of going soft on a rebound. He hesitated for just 1 second. Kobe saw it instantly. The whistle blew. Practice stopped. Kobe turned and stared at Marcus with the kind of expression that froze the entire gym. "Get out," Kobe said. Marcus looked confused. "What?" "Get out of the scrimmage," Kobe said, voice low but razor sharp. "If you're going to play scared, you don't play." The gym fell silent. Every player watched. Marcus felt humiliation burn through his chest. He stepped out of bounds and stood on the sideline, staring at the floor. Kobe didn't look at him again that entire practice. Marcus went home devastated. He replayed the moment over and over, wondering if he had ruined everything, wondering if Kobe had given up on him. He barely slept that night. He woke before his alarm and drove to the gym, heart pounding. For the first time in a month, he arrived before Kobe. He sat in the silent facility, alone, waiting, unsure if Kobe would even show up. At exactly 4:01 a.m., the door opened. Kobe walked in, saw Marcus sitting there, and stopped. Marcus stood quickly. "I'm sorry about yesterday," he said, voice trembling. "I won't hesitate again." Kobe stared at him for a long moment. Then he tossed Marcus a ball. "Good," Kobe said. "Now we work." That was the day everything changed. For the first time, Kobe pushed Marcus not just physically, but mentally. He forced Marcus to answer questions while dribbling. "Why do you play this game? What are you willing to sacrifice? What scares you?" Every answer Marcus gave that wasn't deep enough was met with, "Try again." By the end of the workout, Marcus wasn't just exhausted. He was cracked open. His ego was gone. His doubt remained. But now it had space beside something new. Purpose. Later that day, during film study, Phil Jackson paused a clip of Marcus making a strong defensive rotation. "See this?" Phil said, pointing at the screen. "This is growth. This is what happens when pressure becomes fuel instead of fear." Kobe didn't say anything, but Marcus saw him glance over with something resembling respect. But nothing prepared Marcus for what happened a week later. During a team drill, Kobe drove hard to the rim, slipped, and landed awkwardly on his ankle. The entire gym gasped. Kobe grabbed his ankle, wincing, and for a moment the room froze. Trainers ran over. Teammates hovered. But one person got there first, Marcus. Without hesitation, he knelt beside Kobe, supporting him before the trainers even arrived. "You good?" Marcus whispered. Kobe gritted his teeth, nodding slowly. "Yeah." Practice ended early. As Kobe limped toward the tunnel, he suddenly stopped, turned back toward Marcus, and said something the rookie would never forget. "You didn't hesitate." Marcus felt his chest tighten. That had been the lesson. That had been the test. And he passed. 2 days later, Kobe returned to practice. Taped ankle, slow steps, but the same sharp fire in his eyes. The gym was unusually quiet as the team warmed up. They all sensed something was coming. Kobe had that look. The look that meant someone was about to get tested. And Marcus suspected, deep down, that the target was him. When scrimmage began, Kobe called out loudly enough for the whole gym to hear. "Marcus, guard me." A few players exchanged glances. It wasn't a request. It was a summons. Marcus swallowed hard, walked forward, and took his stance. Kobe dribbled slowly at first, testing his ankle. Then, without warning, he exploded left, faster than Marcus had ever seen him move. Pain shot through Kobe's expression, but he didn't stop. He wanted to know if Marcus would hesitate. Marcus didn't. He cut off the angle, chest to chest, absorbing Kobe's weight. Kobe pivoted, pump faked, stepped back, and fired a high-arcing jumper. Swish. Again, Kobe said. They reset. Kobe drove right this time. Marcus stayed attached, sliding perfectly, exactly like the footwork drills they'd been doing at 4 a.m. Kobe spun, tried to shake him, then kicked the ball out to a shooter. Practice continued, but something had changed. Marcus wasn't scared anymore. He wasn't overthinking. He wasn't trying to impress Kobe. He was simply competing. Halfway through the scrimmage, Kobe hit a tough fadeaway over Marcus. As they jogged back on defense, Kobe leaned in and said quietly, "That's good defense. Sometimes better offense wins." Marcus felt something shift inside him. Acceptance, not approval. not praise. Something deeper. He had earned Kobe's respect, not by challenging him, not by talking, but by showing up every day before dawn and refusing to break. Later that week, the team had a brutal road game in Denver. The altitude drained everyone. By the second half, legs were heavy, lungs burning. Kobe had 29 points, but he was being double-teamed on every possession. With 3 minutes left, score tied, Kobe drew two defenders, and whipped the ball across the court. Not to Fisher, not to Lamar, but to Marcus. The rookie froze for half a second. Then Kobe shouted, not angrily, but firmly, almost like a command, "Shoot it." For the first time, Marcus didn't question himself. He rose, released, and watched the ball drop through the net like it belonged there. The Lakers bench erupted. Kobe jogged over, slapped Marcus on the back, and whispered, "That's what I saw in you." After the game, reporters crowded around Kobe, asking why he trusted a rookie in a clutch moment. Kobe shrugged. "Simple," he said. "He earned it." That quote went viral. And everything changed for Marcus after that night. His confidence skyrocketed. His work ethic doubled. He began mentoring younger players. He studied film more intensely. He no longer trained just to keep up, he trained to lead. But the most important moment came months later. The Lakers were on a long road trip, exhausted after a back-to-back. Marcus had played poorly the night before and was visibly frustrated. After team dinner, Kobe approached him in the hotel hallway. "You're carrying something," Kobe said. "What's going on?" Marcus hesitated before speaking. I want to be great, but I'm afraid I'll never catch up to you." Kobe laughed, not mockingly, but warmly. "You're not supposed to catch up to me. You're supposed to catch up to you. To the best version of yourself. That's the whole point." Marcus looked down. "But what if that's not enough?" Kobe put a hand on his shoulder. "Then you work until it is. Greatness isn't a straight line. It's a circle. Every day, you wake up and start again. And again. And again. And most people quit somewhere in that circle. You haven't. That's why you'll make it." Marcus didn't sleep that night. Not from stress, but from inspiration. He realized that Kobe wasn't just testing him. Kobe was shaping him, sharpening him, preparing him for something bigger than basketball. Years later, long after Marcus had carved out a respectable NBA career and transitioned into coaching, he told the story of that first training camp to his players. He would always end the story the same way. "Kobe didn't challenge me because he hated me. He challenged me because he saw something in me I didn't see yet. And he pushed until I found it." And then he would tell them about the morning that changed everything. The final workout he ever had with Kobe. It was early summer, years after Marcus's rookie season. Marcus was back in Los Angeles visiting old teammates, and Kobe invited him to the facility. When Marcus arrived, Kobe greeted him with a rare smile. "You're early," Kobe said. Marcus grinned. "You taught me well." They trained together for nearly 2 hours, just like the old days. At the end, Kobe tossed Marcus the ball and said, "One last thing. Beat me to 5. Marcus blinked. "Seriously?" Kobe nodded. "Seriously." They played hard, elbows and sweat and laughter. Marcus hit a long jumper. Kobe countered with a fadeaway. Marcus drove strong. Kobe stripped the ball. The score was 4-4. Next basket wins. Marcus faked, stepped back, and faded Kobe's signature move. Swish. Kobe froze, staring at Marcus with a mix of shock and pride. Then he smiled. Big, genuine, rare. "You've come a long way," Kobe said. "I'm proud of you." Marcus swallowed the lump in his throat. "Because I beat you?" "No," Kobe said softly. "Because you didn't quit on yourself." That was the last time they ever played together. After Kobe's passing, Marcus sat alone in an empty gym, holding the same basketball they'd trained with for years. The memories hit him all at once. The 4 a.m. practices, the challenges, the moments of doubt, the breakthroughs, the lessons. He whispered into the silence, "Thank you." Because what Kobe gave him wasn't just mentorship. It wasn't just discipline. It wasn't just greatness. It was belief. Belief that the fire inside you matters more than the obstacles outside you. Belief that pressure is just another form of opportunity. Belief that the version of you tomorrow can be better than the version of you today, if you're willing to suffer for it. Belief that greatness is not inherited. It is earned. Every single morning. Long before the sun comes up. Long before anyone is watching. Long before the world calls you great. And that is why the rookie who once challenged Kobe Bryant became one of his greatest success stories. Not because he beat Kobe, not because he impressed Kobe, but because he learned the most important lesson Kobe ever taught. Be early, be relentless, and never, ever hesitate when greatness calls your name.